and your relationships and just life in general. I mean, life is nothing but communicating. Mm-hmm. So, I'm all about asking questions and, inquiring and just seeing, what, and working on that myself too. I mean, it's a learning journey because I like to keep things to myself. So it's really, it's easy for me to ask everybody else, and then they ask me and I'm like, I'm good. And it's like, are you sure? It's like, I don't want to burden you with my problems. It's like, if I'm asking you, don't think it's a burden. Like, I'm asking you so you can release. And then even if we don't even try and address it, like, at least you got it off your chest.
Yeah. Trust me, I'm the same way. Like, I don't to this day sometimes I think, like, how did I even, like, manage to create a platform? But growing up, though, like, I was very quiet, but I used to speak to the people who I was more comfortable with, which was like my mom, my grandparents, my siblings, my close cousins. And then in school, I met my two close best friends, and I had met, close friends that's like family as well. And then, like, I met my wife. And I noticed that, the people who I grew up with, I always had these deep conversations with them, but with everybody else, I don't really, do that. And I was like, I should just, create a platform where, I just meet different individuals and we talk about, what they got going on and this and that, but also talk about, deeper conversations like I have with, like, my family and friends. And I was just like, I had to get out of that comfort zone of, just being used to being around the same people and talk to them all the time, or I can just go out and talk to different individuals and just be surprised about what they really think about on a daily basis and how they got there. Because at the end of the day, we all learning from each other. Exactly. We don't have to do the same thing. We could learn, about communication. We could learn about organization. We could learn about different things that we never even thought of, So that's why, like, I was just like, what, I had to, get out my comfort zone and do this.
It seems like you comfortable. Like you get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, because, like, at the end of the day, I tell people, like, I think growing up, like, I had to really realize that I had anxiety. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Mm-hmm. But I used to always, I never wanted to be around a lot of people at one time. I never really wanted to speak to people like that. But as I got older, like, I remember one time in high school, my freshman year, my freshman and sophomore year, it was one of them years, I had went and sat by myself in the lunchroom, and my homeboys, Marvin, Ladarian, Paul, it was a few of them, and we talk here and there on and off to this day, and, like, they was the ones who was like, man, like, bro, like, you could talk to us now, bro. Like, we see you every day eating by yourself and stuff. Like, you all right? You okay? And that goes back to, making sure that, everyone's all right. With me, I was cool. I always tell people I still love being alone at times because, like, I don't know. It's just it helped me think more of that nature. But those were the people that helped me, go over that broom and be like, it's okay to be sociable. It's okay to reach out to people and stuff like that. So my last two questions of the show. Give me, I guess, like, your top 5 moments in your journey.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, top 5. Well, I mean, I can't say, like, I have 5 kids.
Right.
Each time I had one of them was like a top moment for me.
Right.
But the twins came last, so that's like 4 moments. So then I got one left. No, but having my kids is definitely that surpasses all the moments. Like, that's those were big moments for me. When I got my first message back from my mom, or just an inquiry, and that was a big moment for me. Like, oh wow, people actually care about what I'm saying, and they care about this platform. They care about siblings. I remember when we hit 100 followers, and I was like, oh my God, this is 100 people that I don't even know. Like, like, what are they doing? Why are they following? And then I think each milestone is like, each time that I hit like a 500, 1,000, I was like, oh my God, like, these people really, like, you're doing something people actually like. And and because I've tried so many different things in the past and they failed. So I think just when they say when you find your passion and you're passionate about it, that's when you know that you're in the right spot. Right. Because I tried to do like a lawn care business before. A
lawn care? What happened with that?
Yeah, it was called Lady Mows, and we would go out and we would like, mow lawns and get leaves and stuff. But I only had a Honda at a time, and so it was really difficult to like put in a lawnmower, and I don't know, it was a lot. So it didn't work. And then I had a cleaning business that I tried to do, I was trying to do event cleaning, after the party, it's all on me type thing. Like, I got it, I come in, clean up stuff, whatever. That worked for a little while, but not very long. Because I was like a late night job and I still had the children, so I was like trying to balance that. And so I think finally realizing like this was my passion, like I can do this, and I love doing it. I love talking to families, and like kind of similar how you said, like I'm more a one-on-one person with people than in the crowd person. I can be in a crowd and not in the crowd. Like I can be there and they'll be like, why do you look so lost? Or you just look mad. I'm like, I'm not mad. I'm just thinking. Like, I'm fine. I'm just chilling. Like, I'm just cool. But the moment I started letting people in on my journey, it's probably like 3, I think. The moment I started letting people in, I realized, like, wow, this feels really good. Like, it feels really nice to share and to hear other people's side and to get a different perspective, because sometimes I get so stuck on how I'm seeing something, and then I tell somebody what my thoughts are, and they're like, they'll see all the holes. Like, well, what about this, this, and this? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I didn't even notice. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Or, yeah, that would be a different way to do it. That's better. And so realizing that I can't do things by myself, even though I'm a control freak, and I keep my, family like really. Like, we have to go on a schedule. Like, I need to be out of here by this time, or everything is wrong in the house. So, that's my third thing. Is like really when I let people in, let my guard down a little bit, and became a little bit more vulnerable. And when we got our taxes and status, I mean, I was over the moon because, I mean, people talk about how hard it is. I mean, it was a lot of paperwork. But it felt really validated, like, oh, so they must see some value in what we're doing because they just gave us the taxes and status. So now how do I get other people ready to, like, give and support us and donate, or, a business to work with us or anything, like, so we can spread the word, because, it's really difficult making a change in a nonprofit because you don't really have funds. Right. So this is like, and then knowing, like, it's a business, so how do we create funds for this so we can support all these families and we can have resources, and so we're not like burning ourselves out, as volunteers, So that was really big, a really big moment for me when we got our taxes and status last year. And I think my moment this year is going to be April 7th, because it's going to be our first founding year. Like, we've made it a whole year, and I can't even believe that the journey that it's been going on for it's been less than a year, and I'm talking to you on a platform that you found me on social media, and it's like, what? Of course I'll come and talk to you. Like, what? Why would I not? And people say, like, people shouldn't be able to talk to you. Like, you need to, like, have somebody, like, streaming, your stuff or screening it. And I'm like, I'm just the girl from Stone Mountain, and I'm a mom. Right. And trust me, if you cross me the wrong way with these kids, like, I will. I'm not playful mom all the time, but I like to have fun, and I like to be real. And I think that I just want to give other people the permission to be themselves and know that you can be yourself and people will still love you. And people that don't like you, they're not going to like you regardless of whatever you do. Right. You ain't never going to do enough for them, you know. And I think when I finally realized that, you know, man, girl, you got this. Like, you really do. Like, you can do this, and you can do it, and you can meet people, and you can be confident, and that siblings do matter. And it's like I knew that they mattered, but I didn't know how to tell people that with confidence. I didn't know how to express it where they got it. Because in my head, it made sense to me. But until you can, like, let other people in your head, nobody's going to join you on this journey because they can't see things like you do. So you got to be able to break it down so people can get it. And I think this entire year I've been learning how to break my thoughts down, break myself down, break all these things, all these experiences in a way that I can share it. And it's not like it's so diluted that it doesn't make any sense or it's not worthy of hearing. But it's like, where were you at the beginning, you know, before you finally realized it? Now, talk to yourself then. Like, you know, you didn't want nobody talking at you. You wanted people to kind of just, you want to be that person that you needed, you know. Right. So, yeah, it's me.
That's what's up. When your birthday again?
April 24th.
So you a Taurus?
I am a Taurus.
Okay, that's the earth sign thing. My wife, she's a Taurus too.
That's why I like her. See, I told you I'm about to meet her. I already said that. Yeah. I like your wife. Tell her I said what's up.
Okay, I will. I definitely will. And for the last question, which I ask everyone, is where do you see yourself 5 to 10 years from now?
Traveling, meeting siblings. Like 5 to 10 years, that'll make me like what? Almost 40, like 37. So, like 37 to 40 something. Yeah, I want to be traveling and talking to siblings all over. I want to share their journey, just like how the podcast. I hope eventually it turns into like a video. Like I hope it's like a docuseries. Like I want to share their journey. I want to share their stories and the family stories because I think that they'll change the way people view family. And I think maybe we'll have more support and more understanding and more acceptance because you realize, like, they're accepted, they're loved, like, they have support. And if you spent some time with them, you would see that too. And siblings, like, there's no shame here, there's no shade. It's all judgment-free. And we just want to hear how you feel and how amazing you are and how super you are. What are you doing with your life? And I don't know. I just see myself meeting new people just like how I'm talking to you. I just want to just talk to everybody the rest of my life.
Pass the message and everything. That's what's up. You have any shout-outs?
Oh, man. So shout out to my mother, my father, rest in peace, my sister, my brothers, my kids, the father of my kids. I mean, everybody that's ever been a part of my journey, my friends, my family members. Like, I have no animosity to anybody. Like, I shout out to all of you. If you hate me, I love you. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, I got nothing but love to give because my heart's too full. So, yep.
Right. Thank you again for coming on the show. Like, it's been really a pleasure, like hearing your story and like, you know, hearing about, you know, talk about like your nonprofit and just how much you love, you know, your kids. You know, 'cause it remind me of like my mom and stuff. Like my mom, you know, growing up, my mom, she loved us like no other, and she still do. You know, and like it's just pretty cool, and I really appreciate you coming on the show.
I thank you for having me. Like I really didn't know what I was going to talk about with sports and business, but thank you for like being so versatile in your platform and letting us all in. So I'm gonna let everybody know. Even if you is not in sports and music, you still need to come on this show and you need to get some. You need to talk to him. Like, I like this. Like, this was really good.
Yes, so please spread the word because I want to get to a point where, I mean, I'm probably still gonna reach out to people, But I want to get to a point where more people reach out to me